yeah, now she went.
So
Okay.
we are shooting like a project for university, talking about homeless and how we are trying to help them. We have been shooting for 3 weeks actually. Most of the homeless, they say we don't receive any help from the government at all. They went to the council, they went to the police, they went to hospitals, they always kick them out and say like, it's not our business. And even today we were interviewing with the police. The police say we kick them out of Paddington Station and Green Park. They kick them out because of the royal family today, because of the Queen. Coffin has just arrived today. So, and we've been searching today for any homeless, but just no one, you know? Like no homeless.
Yeah.
And what I was talking to the police about, I said to them, if you have the power to kick them out of the Green Park and make the street free of homeless, why you don't help them, you know?
Yeah. What did they answer? Nothing.
No answer.
Yeah.
No answer, just order.
Yeah.
I cannot answer, sir, just order. You know?
Yeah. They won't take no responsibility.
No, just order. You know?
That's it.
I believe there is a power in this country. We pay tax here.
Yeah.
Just to help them, you know?
I know.
But
That's
I don't see a lot of hands helping them, you know?
Yeah, this
so
is it.
God bless you for helping them.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Okay, so if you put the point at me, and I'll just tell you what I do.
I'm sorry for it.
So basically, I've been involved with NEAP since 2012, and we just got people come together, and it's all about compassion for the human being, because in my experience, anybody can become homeless. I mean, I had an accident a couple of years ago. I broke my foot. Couldn't work. Out of work for 2 months. So if I didn't get sick pay, I'd be out on the street. So you only want to step away from homeless. So for me, it's all about compassion for the human being. And so for me, it's all been positive. So the people I meet, they give me an understanding of how homeless works. It's so complex. I mean, I've been in it for all these years, and I still can't get my head around it. There's so much different angles, and it's very political, and it's just not. It's not just simple as being on the street and then you get a place. There's certain sequences and certain events that you have.
There's a lot of things behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things behind it. I mean, I thought I'd explain to you. If you see someone on the street, you have outreach teams. So you have to be basically on that place for about 6 months before you can get actually on the system in the process of getting off the street. So imagine if it's like December, really cold. You're out on the street. You're there for like 3 months, and then you say, "Bloody hell, I better go to another part of England. It's a bit cold." As soon as you move from that spot, you're back off this. You've got to start again.
Shit.
And that's just the beginning of it.
I didn't know about that, to be honest.
Yeah, and also the second thing is you have to have an association with the area. So how many people here have an association with the area? No, people ain't rich families that live around here. So that makes it even more difficult. So because you've got to prove that you have family or some sort of living association. That makes it even more difficult. And I think one of the problems is that a lot of homeless people, they become institutionalized, which means that they're so used to living on the street. When they eventually get a place,
it's hard for them.
They can't sustain it. They don't know how to deal with the complexes of money. Some people, I mean, when I first started doing this, someone said to me, some people are homeless because they want to be homeless. And I thought to myself, it's a bit harsh. Why would you want to live on the street? But as I've learned, and I'm speaking to people, you find that some people become so institutionalized that living on the street is easier than living in a house, because you don't have any bills, no responsibilities.
Exactly.
So it just becomes a way of life for them. But then you don't want to be on the street all the time, so sometimes you want to be housed, and then it's so complex to get housed. And another thing is to get a job. When you're homeless, to get a job, you don't have an address. Usually your employers will say, so there's so many loops and holes and stuff.
It's complicated.
And then you got the issues of people who are homeless. You've got people who are alcohol. Or I mean, you got in two ways. People they get addictions because they're homeless. And addiction is all about forgetting things in life. It's an escape. It's an escapism. So you might have no problems, but then you become homeless and you become alcoholic to escape the problems you have. But then you're alcoholic, so then you can't get back into work because you've got additional problems. So it's so complex. So and that's probably why some people they just brush their hands with it because they can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And obviously another problem is now and then in today's age, poverty is widespread.
Yeah.
So the net to catch people, to help people is bigger. So more people throw through the net and they're not getting the help.
Yeah, yeah. I
that
understand you.
They
That
deserve
makes
really.
sense, yeah.
I mean, you got people. I mean, if I say this types of people, you meet a lot of people who are ex-army.
Yeah.
They become homeless. You find a lot of that. A lot of people who are in dysfunctional relationships. So they might be abusing their family. They run away from home. A lot of young people I find I meet like that. Women who are domestic violence.
Yeah.
You get that. That happens a lot. Also, you get, which is interesting, is you get couples who are homeless.
Yeah.
And the hostels will say, well, how's the woman, but not how's the man? So they've got to leave the man to get housed,
street.
but they will not leave the man to get housed. So then they become what they call yourself homeless because you want to be homeless. And same with people who have pets. The hostels will not take a pet. For a pet, sometimes that's their only companion.
Yeah.
So they're not willing to give up their dog to be up, so they'd rather stay out on the street and be homeless.
I understand you.
You know, so complexities. I couldn't answer all the questions. I just know all the problems.
Yeah.
You know, but then it doesn't help when the government bring in these stupid things like no second night. Like Boris Johnson, when he was Prime Minister, said we're going to bring in no second night. So from now on, that means you're not going to be homeless for two days or something stupid like that or whatever. I don't remember what it means, but it doesn't work. It's just like a gimmick. It's
talking.
Like it's just for the voters.
Exactly.
To get the votes. It doesn't mean anything.
Of course, everything's about it.
You know, and the thing is as well, this is the worst thing, is that if you speak to a lot of homeless people, they actually hate hostels.
Yeah.
Because if you're someone who's an alcoholic and you want to get back on the straight and narrow, you want to get back, the hostels sometimes can be the worst place to be because that's where all the people with alcoholism are.
You need some help.
It's like someone who's an alcoholic going to a bar and they're trying to get treatment.
You need help. You need like professional help.
And you want to be in an environment that's away from that.
Yeah.
And so people they hate it because also you've got a lot of mental health. You've got homeless people screaming, there's 12 in the room and stuff like that. So a lot of people they don't not like being in hostels. And that's another complexity of it. So I mean it's not really much unless you've got more questions, I don't know what to say really.
Just we can't shoot this with the camera, that's it, if you don't mind.
Okay.